factor for this series for each team?
He already said his X factor.
Well, you go
even
ahead.
though it's a guy that isn't really an X factor.
Mm-hmm.
The X factor for Golden State was the same guy I said it was last year. Andre Iguodala. Same guy I brought up last year.
You did.
Because he's the one that's going to be guarding LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
If he can do a halfway decent job against LeBron, Golden State wins the series.
Gotcha. All right. And what about for the other team? That's what you want to do for
I don't give a shit about the Cavs.
I don't care about the Cavs, huh? Okay.
I don't care about the Cavs. Oh, Timothy Mozgov. No, I'm just kidding.
He'll be in for the garbage time.
Yeah,
he's in the garbage time. So yeah,
that's why I said.
I don't imagine no garbage time being in this series anyway.
That's why I said.
So, all right, you want to take a stab at that, Josh? I know you already gave me one, but you want to go for?
Yeah. Well, so as I said before, I know the Andre Iguodala point is actually a really good point, and I'm also kind of thinking about that too. But I want to stick with my original answer, Klay Thompson. I really think if he can bring what he brought last series, and then on top of Curry, and then Draymond Green step it up a little bit, maybe has a little better of a series, and then also the point with Andre Iguodala playing defense on LeBron. But for Warriors, it's going to be me. I'm just going to say Klay Thompson. But as far as Cavaliers go, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Kyrie on this one because LeBron didn't have his second best player the last time they played this team in the finals. So it's just going to be kind of instrumental for him to really step it up and really be that wingman for LeBron so they can really combat the Warriors.
Okay. All right, my X factor, I'm going to go on the Cavs side. I'm going to go to one of the reserves because obviously we have we have the superstars and the all-stars in this here. I'm going to go with J.R. Smith, man. So far, he's been so great in this postseason so far. He's been, I mentioned earlier about the podcast, how he's ranked first in three-point percentage. If he can keep that ball falling, because we know J.R. Smith takes some boneheaded plays, and he actually takes these shots that are a little bit, I like to say his shot selection is not the best, but when he's hitting them, he is that more dangerous. He's more engaged on the defensive side of the ball. He's willing to do a little things. So you get that guy hitting shots early, he actually become engaged into doing the other things that's playing, that he's supposed to do to help this Cavs team win. So on the other side of the ball, I'm gonna go with Draymond Green just because he's just excellent at all five positions. He didn't have the best of last round, and I know there was a lot of on the court activity that should have been displayed, and everybody discussed about the incident that he had with Steven Adams. But for the most part, we know this guy can play. He is also a walking triple-double at any moment. He's one of the guys that can be versatile, be that extra ball handler when Klay and Steph need a break. He does need to take advantage of the Kevin Love matchup. And honestly, I believe he will win that Kevin Love and Draymond Green matchup. By far, I think that will be your indicator to me who will win this series. So, but to me, it's J.R. Smith and Draymond Green for their respective teams is what I got going on here. All right, so before we go into our last question here, I'm going to go ahead and break down the season series. This is definitely a different matchup now. The season series, Warriors won 2-0. The Christmas game is when Kyrie did come back. They won 89-83. And then the January 18 matchup was the Warriors 132 to the Cavs 98. I believe David Black got fired out of that game. But I know he got fired that game. So this matchup these matchups, Harrison Barnes missed the Christmas game for Golden State, and Channing Frye wasn't with Cleveland for either meeting. But Anderson Varejao, who is now a Warrior, was with the Cavs board playing 17th minute in the game. Timothy Mozgov, your guy, as the only player in garbage time.
Yeah, I love Timothy Mozgov.
Started both games against Golden State. So Golden State was money. They shot 23 for 40 from three-point land in the first quarters. From three-point range. So they won. They won that matchup there. And their depth lineup, which they've been doing damage with at the second part of the season, didn't play either of these games. So the Cavs current starting lineup just played 3 minutes in the Christmas game. This current starting lineup, so it's different now. The Warriors depth lineup, which started the last 3 games, outscored the Cavs 154-126, and I think they scored 88 points for the last possession. So I posed the question.
You said all that just to ask us who was going to win.
Yes. You got to throw out some nuggets before we go in there. So I wanted to make
Didn't
people
need
wait.
none of them.
I need our 10 minutes to wait on our NBA prediction. So, all right. Who is your NBA champion? Give me your games.
Y'all go
and
first,
give me
y'all
your
picking the same people.
MVP of this series. Who you think is going to be? Josh, I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna have to say, honestly, I just like the way Cleveland's been playing. Even though they haven't played someone to that caliber, I'm gonna go Cleveland in Game 7 because I think it's just such an equally matched series, and on top of the fact that the Warriors have a lot of momentum rolling into this, especially because they've been beating very good teams in the Trailblazers, in OKC. Just they've been playing very, very good teams, and Cleveland hasn't had that sort of competition. But I just think that Cleveland's athleticism will, at the end, allow them to make that extra step. And the fact that I know LeBron really wants to bring a title home in Cleveland, and I mean, he also feels a little butthurt that everybody's talking about Steph Curry and not really giving him the credit that he feels he deserves. So just on top of that, I feel like there's more of a chip on the shoulders of the Cleveland Cavaliers as opposed to the Warriors who just won another one and want to keep their winning culture going. That's really what. So for my answer, it's Cleveland in Game 7.
All right. I'm gonna go with Cleveland in 6 games. And the reason they have been playing great ball. I'm not taking anything away from Golden State. I'm just acknowledging the fact that they ran through this postseason. Now, I want to sit here. I know we talk about the competition they played, but I want to go ahead and do this on the flip side. I mean, how good is Houston? Houston's not really that good, right? I mean, they had disarray all year and everything like that. But then again, Golden State took care of business. I know Steph had his knee sprained that one game, and it took him 5 games to beat them. Portland, they took advantage of a situation where they beat up a battered team that lost their 2 superstars in the same game. And so I look at that fact. They played Portland, who initially, I didn't think it was going to be the playoff, but they've been playing well. But they're playing a well-oiled machine. And they gave rest to Steph Curry to that. So I believe that stuff. So you want to look at that and talk about who they play. Now, they play a great team in OKC, and that was a battle there. That went to 7 games, and to me, that takes a lot out of you playing that style of basketball. They came back. That is mentally exhausting to come back from 7 games. I don't care who you are. They did a great job in that fact in coming back. Now, Cleveland, I think to me, Toronto, I thought for sure they was going to sweep them, but I think the 2 losses they needed to lose those is kind of like, well, get humble a little bit. But this is a team that played without Kyrie and Kevin Love and took him the distance last year. LeBron darn near averaged a triple-double in the playoffs by himself last year. The fact that he gets help and some of his role players are playing some of the best ball right now, and J.R. Smith, Amon Shumpert is playing some good ball. Channing Frye, who's been an amazing addition to this team, is spreading out the floor for them. To me, I just believe that they have the tools to beat them as far as being able to rebound the ball, hit the 3 ball better than OKC, and I just got them winning this in 6 games, and I believe the MVP will be LeBron James because now he's been getting that rest during this playoffs. They've been resting well, and I believe that Golden State is going to win the game 1, and then Cleveland's going to steal game 2. And then I think Cleveland's going to close it out at home at game 6. And I got them win the NBA champion. So they will bring one back to the land, and I got the Cavs in 6.
I was going to pick the Cavs, but I got high. No, hell no, I wasn't going to pick them. Okay. It's Golden State in 6 games. I'm not even going to go in. No reason why I think it. It's Cleveland. It's Cleveland. They are cursed people in Cleveland. The people that still actually live in Cleveland and haven't moved to Florida yet. They're just cursed people. They're just cursed people.
Just cursed, huh?
It's just a cursed place.
Who's your MVP for the Warriors?
Klay Thompson.
Ooh.
I think Klay wins it. wins it this year. I think he has another one of them games where he just goes absolutely bonkers, berserk, balls to the wall, crazy. And you were like, well, LeBron did all this last year and everything. It's not the same Warriors team either. Warriors have much more confidence this year than they did going into last year, too.
That's true.
So we can say it's a different Cavs team, but it's also a different Warriors team, too.
Yeah.
And the Cavs are also bringing in a couple of guys that have never been there before. It's a different animal being in the finals. Real big different animal being in the finals.
Oh yeah. So I believe this is going to be great. To me, I got it going.
It'll be fun.
It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be
hopefully.
And I don't imagine this being.
Hopefully, we've said that before. Knowing our luck, there's going to be 70-point blowouts.
We have. So now listen, I know the NBA playoffs, besides that OKC and Golden State series, has not lived up to the.
They've sucked.
Yes, they have not. Yeah, it had not lived up to its standards.
Sucked.
So,
for the love of God, we have to witness the freaking Miami Heat and Toronto Raptors series, which was some of the shittiest but most entertaining basketball we have ever seen. Entertaining games just made that way because of shittiness.
So, both mediocre teams playing. They were just so evenly matched. People just really didn't care who won.
It was terrible. When Whiteside went down, the whole thing went kaput.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm expecting a good series here. It's going to be competitive. And, hey, it starts at 9, so we got an hour left.
Yes, the hour pregame show's on now.
So, let's go ahead and...
The 47-hour pregame show.
Wrap this boy up here.
At least ain't like the Super Bowl.
Get into the closing here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do want to thank you for listening to the Balls Not Court podcast.
No, we don't. Stop this.
we want to make sure you stay tuned.
Go away.
Tuned for our podcast during the week. Kevin did a wonderful job with CL last week. I got to hear a little bit of it, and they did a fantastic job. They talk about random stuff as far as
I'm not a great host.
And movies and like that. So they did a good job while I was in vacation in West Virginia. I know he was picking on me, telling me I was out of nowhere, and he was making sure I was okay. But
he was in the middle of nowhere. He started hearing banjo music.
I had no cell phone service, but it was beautiful. Gas station was 10 miles away from where I was, so I mean, everything was definitely spread out. So.
All the women had 20 teeth. Like between all the women, they had 20 teeth. Not one of them. I think one of them had 20 teeth, and the rest were like none.
That is great. All right, make sure you follow the podcast page. Go to @BallsNotCourt.
They were burning couches.
You can find me.
It was West Virginia. Only college football fans would get that joke.
You can find me at CP. Kevin.
Kevin C 2415.
All right, and Josh, give him your Twitter handle, so.
Don't make fun of me. I made this in 9th grade, but it's at that boy J, spelled DHAT_BOY_J.
Oh my God!
Boom! Hey, that's cool, man. It's all good. We all got our funny Twitter names there like that. So make sure you go to the get the content, Balls on Court content. You go to inthemindofcp.podomatic.com. We're also on Facebook. Just go to the search bar, type in Balls Not Court podcast. You'll see me and Kevin there, and give us a like, give us a shout. If you have any questions or any criticisms or any debates that you would like to spark up, Kevin be glad to step in the debate chair and go at it with you.
They know.
They know. We're also on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Windows, and I'm still trying to work on the Google Play apps. It's a pain. I got to figure out a task and everything like that, but eventually we'll be on the Android market as well, before you can listen to the podcast to our Android listeners. So there's many other ways you can get the podcast, and I'm still working on the avenue to get it. More ways to get the podcast.
Just ask.
All right, well, NBA tip out in about an hour. Hope you get check a listen out here. This should wrap it up for us. Josh, we do want to thank you for joining the podcast. It was a pleasure having you. And you're definitely
all of y'all are actually going to listen to this after Game 1.
Yes.
So
yes, just listen to it at the Game 1. We want you to enjoy. You can listen to me and Kevin and Josh ramble later. So nonetheless, we do appreciate it. But we're gonna wrap this bad boy here. Speaking up for Mr. Josh Saunders, Kevin Carter. This is Cortez Paul. This is Baltimore Court Podcast, and have a wonderful evening. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.
Suck it, Cleveland.